This morning when I woke up, this is what I saw in the newspapers. This is the epitome of what's going on in this city. A lot of people don't remember hundreds of years ago I read about a thing called Tammany Hall. And it was when they had a real corrupt administration. I'm a former detective. You know what? I know one thing. See these handcuffs? These handcuffs? These handcuffs should be put on our mayor. I think I heard enough yesterday. This is a federal witness that is most credible to our U.S. attorney as a federal witness that he's telling the truth. And I think the truth was spoken yesterday and it will continue at the trial. I'm here to demand that the U.S. attorney and Cy Vance, our district attorney, reopen these cases up with new information. My investigative background says one thing. When you have new investigation and new evidence that comes forth, we've got to deal with it. We have a mayor that says he didn't know this guy. He's on his cell phone. He's got his cell phone number, his email. The pay-for-play is so upsetting to me. New York City is an environment where we want our kids to grow up. We want our kids to grow up with good integrity, honesty, and not lie to people and not be corrupt. When I was a New York City detective, the guy killed a guy. You know what he offered me in 1978? He offered me $10,000 cash. You know what I did? I says, hold on a second. I got to get my sergeant. He's got to get half of this. I put a wire on me, a tape recorder. I went back out there, and then I locked him up for bribery. This is what we need. We need an administration that's going to be honest, because what's going to happen right now is our kids, our young kids are reading these papers today and say, this is what I'm going to be when I grow up. I'm going to be a corrupt guy just like this mayor. I call upon this U.S. attorney and the people of New York. They're going to have a choice on November 7th. I really believe, you know what this is today? This is our mayor's Hillary Clinton moment. When she was defined as being corrupt, today is his defining moment. New York City people have an opportunity and a choice. That's why I'm running as an independent. I want Democrats and I want Republicans. If you want an honest person to be your mayor, that's Bo Dietl, but I cannot stand here and not do what I'm doing right now because I'm so incensed that people are reading these papers and people are looking on TV, and we have a current mayor that is so corrupt and he laughs at everything and he says, oh, I didn't know this guy? I mean, the facts and all the information are coming out. We have a lot of corrupt politicians. You know what I say? Those 12 building inspectors, why did they lock them up? Let them out. Unindict them. They've only taken bribes the same as our mayor does. There's a thing called unlawfully receiving gratuities. Every crime should be taken off the books. That's what this mayor wants. This mayor wants no more bribery, so let's take it off the penal law because this mayor has committed bribery, and we're all standing here. We all know what I'm talking about. Look, I get very excited because I'm very emotional about this because I see the direction of this city with this mayor. If he gets reelected, he thinks the people of New York City, my kids in New York City, the young kids are going to look up to this mayor. How can you look up to a corrupt man like this? And they're going to think it's okay. Everyone goes to work every day. All the people, all the union people, they go to work. What if you were caught taking money on your job? They would fire you and they would end up taking you and arresting you for receiving bribes. This mayor should, now we have one thing to do. On November 7th, we have a choice. Anyone can look up my background. I've never been involved in any type of corruption. For the fact is, my father and my mother are immigrants. They taught me about integrity, honesty, and you don't steal. This is stealing. When you're taking illegal money like that, that's the same as taking a gun out and stealing. I need the people of New York to realize we need another mayor here. And remember, these handcuffs that I have here, these are Smith & Wessons from my old days. I put these handcuffs on a lot of people, and I tell you what, if they deputize me, I'd like to put these handcuffs on Mayor de Blasio, because you're a corrupt individual, and I'll see you at the debate on November 1st, and you're not going to be able to run, Mayor Big Bird. Any questions from anybody? Any questions?
Well, what did you think yesterday when you heard the statement from the mayor's press secretary that, this is all old stuff, we've heard it, he's been exonerated?
Well, you want to know something? Here's something I want to explain to people. I've been involved in a lot of federal and state investigations. When you get a witness that this U.S. attorney deems as a credible witness, whatever he's saying in there, they said he's credible. So what are we saying? The U.S. attorney has an uncredible witness? As far as I'm concerned, we're going to see more and more come out. I saw enough when he had his cell phone. his personal email. He talked to him once a week. De Blasio visited him in his office. I mean, and then the man goes, well, I don't really know who he is. I might have met him. He's a liar, and I'll call him a liar on November 1st at that next debate. It is now for people to realize something. Everybody goes to work every day. They work hard. Just imagine in your job. The poor cops out there, firemen, if they take a cup of coffee, they're ready to get them locked up for unlawful gratuity. This guy's taking $200,000 almost illegal campaign contribution, and he's laughing at everyone. And he gets up there. He speaks real well. He's very articulate. But you want to know something? I speak from my heart, my eyes speak about it. I'm a grandfather now. You think I wanted to run for mayor? No. I could not stand by. There is no candidate that could beat him except for Bo Dietl. That's why I wanted this independent line. Dump the mayor. For the reason is I need my Democrats and my Republicans. I need the people in New York. I'm going to answer to one people. The people in New York. The Republicans, the Democrats, bosses can go kiss my butt. I will answer to the people of New York.
Well,
yes, sir.
Just following on that, it's the U.S. Attorney's Office that put the witness on yesterday, but the U.S. Attorney also investigated Mayor de Blasio. So how do you explain or understand the notion that they've had this witness for a long time, known about it, and reached their conclusion of not charging him before?
Well, you know what? Whenever you do an investigation, well, you know the investigation with Mr. Gotti, John Gotti, I like to use that as an example, where they used a murdering son of a gun, Sammy Gravano, who murdered 11 people, admitted to murdering maybe 18 people. But you use him as a witness. But his credibility is checked out by the U.S. Attorney to see if he has credible statements. They felt as though the U.S. Attorney, what's his name there, Mr. What's his name? The U.S. Attorney.
U.S. Attorney Kim.
U.S. Attorney Kim? June Kim. He felt as though he was a viable witness. So if he's a viable witness, he's putting his reputation, the U.S. Attorney, on this witness. So that means that the U.S. Attorney's lying if he doesn't think he's a credible witness. My problem is we had Cy Vance and the U.S. Attorney. What was this, a symphony? They ended their investigation the same time, same hour. If I'm doing an investigation and you're doing an investigation, our investigations are not working parallel. I got my own investigation, you got your own investigation. You don't end them together. It just shows you there's something more underlying here why they're afraid of this guy de Blasio. And I call upon Cy Vance, reopen it. I call upon the U.S. Attorney, reopen it. You know what I call upon? I call upon this President Trump, to get a U.S. Attorney in here in the Southern District that's going to prosecute this mayor. I call upon him. Donald Trump, you love this city? Well, get rid of this corrupt guy if you're really the president of this country and you love New York City. Get your butt down here and get a U.S. Attorney that's going to prosecute this mayor. Anybody else?
Well, back to this trial. The witness, Rechnitz, by his own account and by what's been reported, basically bribed senior members of the NYPD before he ever met the mayor. Do you believe that there's a problem at the senior ranks of the NYPD with outside influence and bribery?
All I know is the bribery level in New York City, when a fish is dead, it starts from the head. It starts to smell. When you've got a corrupt mayor, it just filters down. We just saw the building inspectors there. All of a sudden, everybody's paid for play. I care about the people, not just the city workers. I care about the people that go to work every day. They wouldn't stand by and let someone in their office take corruption to get a deal done. We got to take this guy out. And the people, you know what I want? I don't want union leaders to back me. I don't want political parties to back me. You know what I want? I want the people of New York to say, hey, I want to put my money on that Bo man because he's the one that's going to fight for our kids, fight for clean up New York City, and make New York City the way we love it. And that's a mayor that's not corrupt. How can you believe anything he says? He gets up there in my last debate. Well, Bo, you don't really understand this. You don't understand. Yeah, I know I understand. You're a liar. That's what I understand. And I will call him a liar in the next debate. I'm sorry. I don't like kids to hear that. But when a liar's a liar, when you tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you said. Bye-bye, de Blasio.
But do you think there's a problem with Chief Banks and other members of the NYPD doing favors for the same
hold
witness?
Hold on a second. I think any corruption I have a problem with. Any corruption I have a problem with. So I'm not going to call out my brother officers. First of all, When you're corrupt, and there's no room for corruption either in the police department or in city government, building inspectors, fire inspectors. Hey, look, there was a building that he wanted to get approved, this guy, Reckless, whatever his name was. You know, that could have been, people could have been killed there. But you pay him, then he'll approve it. So.
Would you have turned in a fellow officer if you saw them taking something on the arm?
You know what I would have done back in the 70s, 80s? You know, I grabbed a couple of guys. We hit a couple of joints. There was money laying around. I grabbed a guy by his wrist. I said, you put the money there, you voucher that money. That's the way I used to do it. I wouldn't turn him in, but I'd grab him by his arm. I said, we don't steal here. We're cops. We protect people. They didn't have video cameras then. Otherwise, you know, if they had video cameras, it would have been a lot easier because then you could videotape. And that money, a lot of times when the cops go into locations, there's money laying around in drug dens. You know, these cops are honest. 99.9% of these cops. And as far as the corrupt cops, like my friend Louis Eppolito, Caracappa, they should go away to jail. I'm not standing here supporting cops that are corrupt. I'm supporting the hard-working cops out there that are doing their job every day in and out. Anybody else? All right. Well, I really want to thank everybody. Really, honestly, there's going to be a lot of action. Remember what I said. Today is Mayor de Blasio's Hillary Clinton moment. Remember when she got caught with the FBI director? This is what happened at de Blasio. Now all of a sudden it's resurgitation. And you know what? People in New York are going to have their chance on November 7th. And also, November 1st, how good is that debate going to be? I heard a little birdie said maybe Nicole Malatakis didn't make the debate. How good would that be? Bo against Big Bird. Better than Sonny Liston and Muhammad Ali. Thank you, everybody.
All right, here, Julian.
God bless you, sir.
How you doing, brother?
I love you.
Oh,
Yes, sir. You are the man.
thank you.
You're the only one that
Thank you.
can straighten it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
You're
brother.
the only one that can straighten this thing out.
Thank you, brother. But you know what? You could be a millionaire too. Work hard. That's what it's all about. And don't worry about anybody else. Be honest. Don't be like the current mayor. No. All right? Nice to meet you.
Oh, you could have said that no better.
Vote on November
I
7th.
sure will.
Yeah.
For your mayor.
You know that guy?
He works for me.
Oh,
Hey, this is for your boss. Is he in yet? Is your boss in yet?
We should go lock him up at the gym.
No, I want to put him on. Is he in yet? Hey, how you doing? Thank you very much.
Everybody, the whole family out, everybody.
Yeah, gotta get everybody. You see what's happening with this dude, right?
Yeah.
$200,000 he's taking. He says he laughs at everybody. Now our kids are gonna think it's right to steal money, man. We can't have a man like this. God bless you and your family, man. Thank you.
Paid for by friends of Bo Dietl.